This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome to the Elevate Construction Podcast, where we help people work through worker, foreman, field engineer, and superintendent to become more amazing in their career for their chosen role. My name is Jason Schroeder, and in today's podcast, we are going to talk about writing things down and communicating well. This is the shorter field engineering series for Sunday. So let me go ahead and begin with a couple of concepts. I'm going to talk a little bit about to-do lists, writing things down, communicating well, and then I'm going to close this out with a little bit of motivation. So we'll get this done in about 5 minutes. This is going to be some great content for you today. It applies to field engineers, but it also applies to anybody else, so please check it out. So number one, we talk a lot about to-do lists, and it is very important to have personal organization, so I want to mention this one more time. You will get stuck at Superintendent 2 or at PM 2. You will get stuck at those lower levels permanently if you are not organized, if you do not write things down, if you do not become proficient with your organization system, like the Dave Allen Getting Things Done model. So right now, if you are not organized and if you're not developing a to-do list, I already can predict your future. You should come over. We'll do like a little palm reading or something and pay me money. I can predict that you will stop at Super 2 and you won't go any farther. If you are fanatically organized, if you are really doing well at keeping a to-do list and communicating, I can predict your future that you have the potential to go all the way to general superintendent, all the way to operations manager, to director, whatever you want to be. Organization is the key. It is not the better or smarter eats the, slower, not as smart people. It's the most organized eats the unorganized. It's the fast that eats the slow. You really need to make sure that you're organized as your top priority. If you do not, you will not succeed. So start writing down everything. If it isn't written down, it didn't happen. And if it isn't written down, it won't happen. So let me cover that really quickly. People say from a legal standpoint, if it isn't written down, it didn't happen. You can't prove that in a court of law. I would also say from a proactive standpoint, if you didn't write it down, it's not going to happen. Not only didn't it happen, but it won't happen. So use your field book. This is my tip for you. Field engineers use field books. Use your field book to write down your to-do list and to take your field notes. So you can use your field book from front to back for all your field notes, and then from back to front, you can keep your to-do list. Keep it in one spot, write everything down. It can be absolutely amazing for you. So let's go ahead and talk about these other concepts. You must communicate well. So as a field engineer, you need to focus on the professionalism of your verbal communication. You need to write professionally in any of your writing, in your emails, on paper, by hand, in your field book, whenever the case may be. You also need to make sure that you have professional communication in the field for layout. There's no difference between you writing on a concrete column or on a footing and writing in your field book, writing in an email, or writing anywhere else. Make sure that we are communicating properly. So let me cover the concept with a couple of examples. How many times in construction do we produce lift drawings for the craft and they get them and they're not familiar with the language, they're not familiar with the symbols, they're not familiar with the layout? How many times do we get out for layout and we are writing on lath and the operators and the equipment, they have no idea what the labeling is, we're not on the same page? What if we had gotten on the same page ahead of time? Well, how many times in construction can somebody pick up a field book from a field engineer that was, called in sick that day or whatever, trying to follow his or her notes, and it's not understandable, it's chicken scratch, it's not filled out? How many times does that happen? How many times does a designer receive one of your RFIs or emails and it's not proactive, it's not thought out, there's not solutions proposed, and it's not clearly defined, it's quick, it's like some kind of text that's unprofessional? These things cannot happen. So let me tell you just a quick story that I think will help out. Once when I was a field engineer, and this was when I was not performing, there was a superintendent that came down to the Whole Foods World Headquarters, and we were digging in the basement, and we were 3 stories down into limestone, super hot, and I was laying out a wall line, and I was laying out inbeds on that wall. And I was trying to get the reference mark on that wall for the other wall forms where the embeds would go up and receive the ends of the actual structural joists on that structure. And so I had made some mistakes. I'd made mistakes, over and over. And he came out to help me and was wanting to check my layout. And he said, "Okay, where's your layout on the form?" And I was like, "Okay, here, I've laid out all the embeds on the form. Here they are. Here's the elevations." And it starts 1'8" from the edge of the form. And he was like, "Okay, where's your reference mark on this other wall where they can reference the form over to your line?" And I said, "Oh, here it is." And it was just this little line. And he went over there and he had told me many times to like lay out or to label my layout. And he went over there and it wasn't labeled. And I thought he was going to kill me. He threw down his hard hat. And I think he even threw his tape measure, and he's like, "Jason, what am I going to have to do to beat it into your head that you need to label these lines? How in the world is the new wall form going to get set at the proper reference if you don't write it down?" And he chewed my butt so badly that I will never in my life ever make a mark without properly labeling it in the field, because he was right. Now, I don't know if his approach was right, but he was right. What good is a mark if it's not labeled? The answer is there is no goodness in it. There is no usefulness in it. We cannot be good leaders if we do not communicate. Let me say that again, and I hope that ruffles some feathers. And just so you know, I love introverts. I probably love introverts more than extroverts. I love introverts, extroverts. I don't care what somebody's natural tendency is. We have to communicate. And I want to say, any of you out there listening to the podcast, if you are not communicating a lot frequently and over communicating, you are not being a good leader as good as you can be. And the people that don't communicate at all, they have no business being leaders. And so this was a concept that I learned. Lift drawings. We need to coordinate the communication. We need to coordinate the style, the language, the symbols, everything with the craft, and make sure that everything is labeled in dimension. For layout, every mark that we have, every elevation mark, it's labeled with the benchmark, with the description, with the offset, everything 100% labeled so there's no confusion about what it is. RFIs and emails, descriptive, professional, providing a solution, proactive, really nice, something that has the end customer in mind. This is what we need to be doing. Right now, the current condition is the field craft don't understand lift drawings. The field craft, they don't understand the layout that we're giving them. No one can trace our steps in our field books, and our emails are rushed and not professional. So what is the solution here? We need to practice daily on better communication. Write down the things that you can do to communicate better and actively practice that. Put that on your leader standard work. Also, I don't want to always do podcasts that send you to a book, but I do want to mention that the Field Engineering Methods Manual is absolutely fantastic for this. Chapter 2, the section in the third revision that talks about communication, I was reviewing that for the fourth edition, the new book that's going to come out, and I was going through these concepts, and I'm like, oh, that's where I learned that. Oh my gosh, that's brought me so much success. These principles will bring you so much success and help you along your path throughout your entire career, not just now as a field engineer. The other suggestion that I would give you, and I'm really passionate about this, and I really feel strongly about this, and if you disagree with me, reach out and give me some feedback. But you need to start printing in hand with capital letters, block lettering. Don't do the chicken scratch. Don't do the cursive. Don't scribble. Don't use lowercase. You need to start labeling and writing whenever you're writing by hand in block lettering. This was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I was taught this by a general superintendent. I started doing it. It was a game changer because it improved the precision with which I communicated. It helped me with my field books. It helped me with my calculations. It helped me with lift drawings. It helped me with everything because we are professional communicators. Do not become a victim. Don't say, oh, I just don't have nice handwriting. You're being a victim. Don't say, oh, I don't remember people's names. Stop it. You're being a victim. Don't say, I don't really like writing things down. Stop it. You're being a victim. Don't say, hey, I'm not good with computers. I don't do lift drawings. Stop it. You're being a victim. If you're not good at communication, then get good. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Start by printing in capital letters and start being meticulous about how you communicate and over communicate. However much you're communicating, labeling, printing, or typing in an abbreviated and focused and efficient way, we need to double that. That's not double the length of our emails. I'm saying double the effort to get the right kind of communication and double the frequency with which we communicate. I hope this has been helpful. This will be a game changer for you as a field engineer. It will accentuate and punctuate the rest of your career. The vision for this is that you have a more remarkable experience and you build the foundation blocks for being an amazing leader. I hope this helps. We will see you on the next one. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.